Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and guess what? It's Magic Days in Monster Legends. Lots of monsters of the magic element have huge discount these days. In this video, I'm going to do my best to tell you guys what monsters I think are worth buying, but I want to make this very clear, this is just my opinion. If you don't agree with my opinion, that's totally fine. The number one thing is that you should buy the monster that you want the most. If someone tells you a monster is terrible, you shouldn't buy it, but you really want it, then go ahead and purchase that monster. So there's going to be 18 monsters that have huge discounts, and there's going to be 6 different combo offers. Now, of these 3 different combo offers, there's only 2 I can say that might be worth getting, and that's kind of hard to say, and that would be Malare, Cupid, Gallante, White Panda, Panda Claus, and Violet. And I think Social Point purposely did this where they paired up 2 good monsters like Malare, Gallante with a bad monster like Cupid, or 2 good monsters again, White Panda, Violet, with a not so good monster like Panda Claus. But nonetheless, I'm going to do a really quick unconventional analysis of the following monsters, only the legendaries though. I don't think anyone here really wants to spend gems on an epic monster, so let's just jump right into it. First we have Uru. Look at that high power, look at that high speed. This speed actually makes him faster than most magic monsters, which means he can deny them. Especially because Uru has multi-stun clone, which is an AoE stun, and in the magic monsters only Pixie Lion and Goldfield are immune to stun, so he can deny just about every other deny monster. So considering he's faster than most deny monsters you'll run into, Galante, Violet, Egg Eater, that means he's a top tier choice to immobilize the enemy monsters, which can really help you out in team wars. Next we have Monster Clutch, don't waste your time on this monster. And we have Pixie Lion. This monster is interesting because he has magic, fire, and water attacks, but nonetheless I wouldn't spend your time on this monster either. Next is Malare, really high power, pretty good speed. This is one of the best attackers in the magic category. He also dishes out lots of effects, so this is a monster you might want to buy if you need a magic attacker. And then there's Cupid. Look at that really sad power, but look at that incredible speed. Before Gretchen came along, Cupid and Panda Claus were the fastest magic monsters in the game. And because of that, you shouldn't necessarily count Cupid out. Although his power is really low, check out his Peace and Love skill. It's a single stun. And in Team Wars, where it's normally 2 legendaries against 2 legendaries, a denier and an attacker, if you only have level 10 runes, and you were to give Cupid 3 level 10 speed runes, and you gave your attacker 1 level 10 speed rune, 2 level 10 strength runes, and you give your third monster some team speed runes, it doesn't matter what magic monster your enemy has. If it's not Gretchen, if it's not Panda Claus, if it's not Cupid, you are always going to outspeed the enemy, which means you are going to be able to use Peace and Love on the enemy magic denier, immobilize him for 1 turn, and then your attacker can take care of the rest. So again, don't count Cupid out. Even though he has really low power, it's that speed that's pretty amazing, but this only applies to people that have level 10 runes. So for most people, I don't recommend this monster at all. And then we have Gallante. You have to buy this monster. White Panda, stats aren't particularly too amazing, but when we look at his skills, he has a wide range of skills. He can be an attacker, power outburst, 65 damage, stunning staff, immobilize, Enthralled Words removes all positive effects and applies 2 random negative effects to all enemies, so really good for dishing out effects. He also has Bewitched Words, Possessed, and Stamina Leak, and he has an AoE 40 and the skill that recovers his stamina by 40%. So this monster can be really diverse, lots of people love him. I would say White Panda is also worth spending gems on. And we have Panda Claus. Once again, look at that amazing speed. Let's scroll down to look at his skills. He has Almighty Metal, 85 damage, 0 cooldown. You might be thinking, whoa, that's insane, but unfortunately for him, he has a really low power. As for his other skills, they deal effects, but nonetheless, Panda Claus is not worth getting. And next is Violet, and similar to Galante, you must buy Violet. We also have Egg Eater. Egg Eater is a top-notch magic deny monster. Although his speed isn't the best, lots of magic monsters are faster than him. The best thing about this monster is that he has multi-effect eggs, which is a blind and burn AoE, and on top of that, he has possessing eggs, which is a possession AoE. And to top things off, in skills group 1, he has the skill called Snake Chomp. Although it says 50% chance of stunning the target, it turns out lots of players have tested it that it's a 100% chance of stunning. So this is a monster definitely worth getting. Again, he doesn't have the best speed, but nonetheless, when you want a monster on defense, you'll always see Egg Eater, just because his skill set is so good that no matter what the AI does, it's going to be a good skill. Next we have Reptile, and Reptile is probably the most popular for his Glamorize skill. Gives triple damage to an ally, so this monster really comes in handy in stuff like Adventure Map, for clearing dungeons, even in player versus player, where you just buff your attacker and he easily sweeps the enemy team and wins you the game. But that's really Reptile's only purpose. In Team Wars, I don't really see Reptile being used that much unless you happen to get Legendary as your third monster, and then you can construct a team to use Reptile efficiently. And then we have Toy Master, which is a pretty darn good monster who I don't see being used too much. His speed is equal to that of Uru, 3465, which again makes him faster than most of the magic monsters. Although he isn't immune to possession, because he's faster than most monsters that would be able to possess him, most magic monsters that would be able to possess him, look at his skills. He can freeze one enemy monster plus give him an extra negative effect, or he can use War Machine Toy and stun the enemy monster. Again, with the exception of Pixie Lion and Goldfield, no magic monster is immune to stun, and with the exception of Reptile, no magic monster is immune to freeze. So because of this monster speed, he can potentially deny the enemy magic monster for 2 turns if needed to. Toymaster is another monster I would recommend buying. Nexus Chocolate, and I wouldn't recommend spending gems on this monster. We have Blockhart, and as much as it pains me to say it, I wouldn't recommend spending gems on this monster. It's overall a rather mediocre attacker. And last is Workaholic, who I also can't recommend spending gems because this is a breedable monster. So if you really want Workaholic, just go ahead and breed him. So next I'm going to tell you guys the 5 magic monsters I recommend buying and in what order. So number 1 is Gallante. The reason I recommend him over every other magic monster is because Gallante is used in breedable events. And yes, Violet is also used in breeding events, but the reason I recommend Gallante is because at any point you can breed Gallante and Airfam in order to make Lao Mu. And Lao Mu is one of the best nature monsters in the game, so why not just get Gallante, and when there's no breeding event, use that time to breed yourself a Lao Mu. And to top things off, he also has a pretty impressive speed, faster than most other magic monsters, and he has a 100% stamina drain skill, so Gallante can technically immobilize the other magic monsters. He can even immobilize Toymaster and Uru. After Gallante, I recommend buying Violet. Again, Violet is used in breeding events. On top of that, Violet has an AoE possession, an AoE 50% possession, so overall she's a really good monster. After Gallante and Violet, I would recommend buying Egg Eater. The reason I recommend Egg Eater, even though Uru's faster and can stun, even though Toymaster's faster and can freeze, is just because Egg Eater I would say is better overall when you encompass putting a team for defensive purposes in Team Wars, and without a doubt in defense, Egg Eater is probably the best magic monster to have. For one, it isn't immune to possession, which most magic monsters tend to dish out, and on top of that, AoE Burn and Blind, AoE Possession, a single stun skill. So even though Egg Eater is controlled by the AI, chances are it's going to do a pretty good skill. After Egg Eater, I would recommend spending gems on Uru. Uru again because of that AoE stun and because of that amazing speed. In a team war involving the magic element, Uru has the best chance of immobilizing all 3 of the enemy monsters. After Uru, I would say get Toymaster. Toymaster because of that stun, that freeze, and that speed. Unfortunately for Toymaster, he doesn't have an AoE deny skill like Uru does, but the thing about Toymaster is that he really only needs 1 deny skill, because again, most Team Wars comes down to 1 legendary attacker and 1 legendary deny monster. The 3rd monster will probably be common, uncommon, or rare. If it's epic or legendary, then you gotta switch up your game plan. So with all that being said, that is gonna conclude this video on Magic Days. I hope everyone can get whoever they want to purchase. Let me know in the comments below who you're planning on buying, or what monster you think is worth buying above everyone else. I hope everyone has a great amazing day or a great amazing night. Remember to dream big and pursue your passions.